University.
Thank you very much, Mira. Speaking on recognition of foreign qualifications and how this is handled within the German context. I'll segue very quickly to tasks and I'd just like to take the first round of three questions. And so by a show of hand, questions on qualifications in terms. All right, questions on qualifications in Germany. And I'm also delighted to note that we had just a few minutes ago Dr. Kipkirui Langat, who joined us from TVET Authority. Um, Zelensky, can you hear us now? Vida, can you hear us? Fantastic. Thank you. Jeanette, can you hear us now? Brilliant. So then we could segue into your section before we come back and take questions from the floor. I'll also be checking on our live streams just to see if there are any questions on our Facebook pages. Remember, we are streaming live on the Germany in Kenya Facebook page. We are also live on the GIZ Kenya YouTube page. Hashtag skilled migration, KENGER. Jeanette, over to you. Thank you. Yes, I confirm we can see your presentation.
First of all, to show you a little bit where we are located, we have the Federal Employment Agency in Germany with attorneys and about the topics that we employ is the successful application, visas and residence permits, checks, engineers. We have special and they of course give chances on the labor market. perspective, I think. We have also done a event for new registered customers where we give feedback with the travelers that we're offering. We are also on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and we are working with job see, let's see,
Thank you very much, Vera, for that detailed presentation on some of the support that you provide for those who are interested. And just to reiterate, Make It in Germany is the website that has all the opportunities. It has a lot of additional information that you can be able to receive and review about what are some of the opportunities that are available in Germany, and you can be able to, um, settle in jobs, opportunities for training, and all of that. All right, so I'll allow for a minute, perhaps if there are any 2 or 3 burning questions, because I would want to segue into the next panel discussion. And so we will have 2 or 3 questions for Vera and Jeanette, who are joining us online, so that then we, as regards the recognition for foreign qualifications, as well as the tasks and services that are provided through the international and specialized services from the German Federal Agency, Federal Employment Agency. Any questions? Links to where you can be able to get this information. Make It in Germany is your one-stop shop to be able to receive this information. Now, ladies and gentlemen, once again, a warm round of applause as we appreciate Vera and Jeanette, who are connecting with us all the way from Germany. Makofi tafadhali. Thank you. Now, we've had conversations about integrating in Germany, language, qualifications, and I think it's a nice opportunity to just take a pause and try round everything together into what's next. And so for the next session, I'd like to invite the moderator for this panel discussion. And this is none other than Davlin Busuru. He's a project manager at AHK East Africa. And he will lead us through this next session on exploring what's next after now all this information that we have gathered about opportunities in Germany. A warm round of applause, please, as we also welcome the next panel to join him. Thank you.
Thank you, Mbindio. Jambo. Habari zenyu. At the back, can you hear me? Jambo. Jambo. I know that it's been a long day for all of us, but I mean, we just come to the tail end of it. I'll not take a lot of time. I promise you that this is going to be short and sweet. So without taking a lot of time, allow me to welcome my panelists. And I'll start with Mr. Alexander, who is the Deputy Ambassador, Embassy of the Federal Republic of Germany to Kenya. Karibu sana, Alexander. Our second panelist is Mr. Cyrus Robiro. Mr. Cyrus is the chairperson, Kenya Diaspora Alliance, German, Kenya. Karibu sana, Cyrus. Last but not least is Mr. Francis Masinde, Managing Director, Oki Solutions. Karibu, Mr. Francis. First, I would like to apologize because if you notice that it's more of a manel, there's no lady, but forgive us. As many has alluded, from morning we've had a lot of things. We've had, how to integrate, what you need to go to German and all that. But in the whole scheme of things, we just want to hear how do we move forward from action, from talk to actions. And to kick us off with this panel, I'll pose a question to Mr. Alexander Philly. What do you think, or what can you tell will take us to unlock of this agreement, the bilateral agreement? We know that in Kenya, we try to say that kwa ground mambo ni different, right? So how do we move from, talk to action, and how do you actualize this agreement? Karibu.
Thank you. I think that's the main question that we have now. What can we do to unlock? The ambassador this morning said it was quite quick and easy to negotiate the migration agreement, but the implementation, I think, is the more complex issue. And I think we have different tasks and different areas where we have tasks that we have to fulfill. One is we have to rely on the private actors. So it's not the governments that will provide jobs. It's not the government that will bring people into jobs, but it's private actors, employers so companies in Germany, recruitment companies from Germany, recruitment companies from Kenya, and we have to connect them. We have to bring them together. We have to create channels through can get in contact with job seekers. I think that's one thing we have to work on. Second thing is language. We have to increase the capacities of language teaching here in the country. We have talked a lot this morning about that, so that's nothing new. I don't want to go into details. Much has been said about this. Third is communication. Entails management, expectation management. So people have to know how what to expect on the journey to Germany. So how long does it take to prepare? What are the difficulties? What are the challenges, etc. And also, all in all, our ambassador talked about this, about the numbers and that we have to have an organic growth, that we will thousands of Kenyans moving to Germany within a short time. It will take time, and we have to give the whole process this time, I think. So if people today decide, well, this is a path for me, they will need probably 2 years to prepare and get everything done until they can go to Germany. And then last but not least, while accompanying these whole processes, we always have to look for fair and transparent recruitment. We have talked about that also a lot this morning, but I think this is also a very important part. If we have spoilers in the process, people who are not fair, who are just seeking for money, this can discredit the whole process, and all the other actors will have the damage as well. So we have to be very cautious about that as well. So these are the main fields I would say we have to look into.
Thank you, Alexander. So indeed, it's not spontaneous. So it will take time for us to start realizing, and taking people to Germany. And just to connect this and in line of communication, I like to rope in Mr. Cyrus. So Cyrus, I know that the diaspora community in German has a thing, work. The question I pose to you is, what do you think that the diaspora, Kenyan diaspora in German, the role that they will play in all this scheme of things, in also making this thing, a reality? So I know it's taking time, but what is it that, the Kenyan diaspora will do to help others that want to come? Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for this invitation. Well, I think that's quite simple, and just to pick it from where Deputy Balozi said, um, you did not mention the diaspora, and I think diaspora is the soul of this. We have the face, but the diaspora is the soul, because the people going to Germany, these are not just numbers. They're human beings that will need to be integrated. They need a social sort of belonging. And I'll not go to my German neighbor and ask them, where do I buy my ugali? Yeah, like maize flour. Yeah, I'll not go and ask where is the next Kenyan restaurant. The people I'll go to are my fellow diasporans. When I have homesick, when I want to, talk Swahili, these are the people I go to. And for those of us who live in Germany, we've lived and we know where to go, where not to go. Yeah. So the diaspora should be involved in this from the word go, because there are places in Germany. I mean, we're all talking about going to Germany, but you have to be realistic. The other sides that will not be told. We have the racism. Yeah, that's something that we have to contend to. When you sit in a train, even in a city like Frankfurt, where I come from, somebody, you sit there and they just take their bag and put it somewhere else just because you look different. So these are things that our people need to know. And I don't have a person that can tell you this other than that Kenyan diaspora who has gone there, through the says we are the ambassadors number one. Even if you reach there, if you have any issue, you will not go to the Kenyan embassy, because most of them come and go. And there's so many things they don't know. So we are the people on the ground, Nisisi Tukokwa ground, and that's why the diaspora has a very important.
And during one of the panel session, I think there was a question that was posed. What will be the link to the right agency? So how do we tie these things so that we have an integral and seamless system to take people? With this, I like to tie it to the role that National Employment Agency will play, because being an agency for the government, I think that they have to have their hand deep to ensure that we have, legit people, legit agencies. And so, Mr. Njue, what we like to hear from you is that what kind of strategies should be put in place to ensure that the sustainability and scalability of creation initiative between the Kenya in line and in light of this bilateral agreement.
Okay, thank you very much for the invitation. Indeed, this is a very important conversation. And when it comes to the National Employment Authority, we are the ones who regulate the private agencies. We register them and monitor their activities. Of late, you've heard that there were some issues, but the National Employment Authority comes in to sort out all through various agencies. And it is also important to note that we've put in place strategies for labor mobility to Germany. We know that in any labor mobility, we want to have proper partnership with all the players. We can get to know the kind of jobs that are there. And once we get to know the jobs that are there, our employment agencies will be in a position to be linked to those employers so that they can accurately take Kenyans to Germany. It is also important to note that if Kenyans, therefore, it is important for us to know the kind of qualifications that are required by the employers so that we can inform our employment agencies, the ones that we've registered. Once they get to know the kind of the qualifications that are required, then we can liaise with our training institutions we have the TVET training institutions, we have other university training institutions, and once we link them to the various employment agencies so that they can take people to Germany and any other country, then we shall be in a position to minimize joblessness in this country. And at the same time, it will be very important for us as a National Employment Authority to ensure that the bilateral agreement that was signed, labor mobility agreement that was signed, is actually implemented in the right way. And that is why it is very important for us to ensure that we have that implementation committee in place. Because without the implementation committee in place, then it means that things will not be done the right way. And at the same time, we want to make sure that our migrant workers are protected. Therefore, these migrant workers will need to be given more information on what to expect out there in Germany, so that even if they happen to have any problem out there, they can be in a position to report. And this reporting can be done through our system. We have a very robust system near IMS, where if one happens to be in distress, the system will actually give us all that information. Once report through the system, we shall get the information, and we are in a position to sort out the problems that are there. The distress calls that we get, we also have a toll-free line that can be used by the migrant workers to report any distress case. And therefore, we have proper strategies to ensure that migrant workers will be okay. They'll be in a position to get better jobs in Germany. And once they get those jobs, they will be in a position now to remit or rather to have proper remittances to Kenya. At the same time, we need to ensure that our recruitment agencies will do the right thing. We talk of ethical recruitment. And Sharon from IOM talked of IRIS. This is where they're supposed to go for training. And once they are trained, then they can be in a position to actualize the ethical recruitment that you're talking about. It is also important to note that when Kenyans are out there, they acquire some skills. So the moment they come back, we have a plan to have a program on return and reintegration so that we can get to know the kind of the skills that they have acquired while working in Germany. They to note that